Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. Oh. Yo, they call me. Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I hope you guys are doing great. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a little excited for Thanksgiving today, so I've been acting like a turkey these past few days. Anyways, I don't eat turkey. I'm vegetarian. Anyways, guys, I'm so excited for this Thanksgiving video, and I need you guys to be patient with me, because whatever I'm gonna say is gonna sound a little weird, but it's gonna sound like heresy. But please, just bear with me. Just bear with me to the end. I just need you to bear with me. Okay, so the reason why I say that is because I truly believe, guys, that I have received a vision from heaven. I have been in heaven. Now, I mean, that may sound very heretical, and please just bear with me. Just bear with me, okay? I'll tell you the vision, but before that, let me tell you another story. It's a true story. I promise you, I'll be quick. So, it's a story about my friend Lizelle. Now, Lizelle, you guys know her. She's hilarious. She's such a great person. You know, she's such a people person. And, you know, she could make a friends with a rock, we like to say. She's that that great of a person. And, you know, coming to Souls, this is a very loving school. A very lovable school. And the size of it wasn't that big as like other schools. So I felt like we got very close. I truly believe I got very close to everyone that year. But it was difficult for the beginning. And bringing the first blitz, I felt kind of alone. I was like, and I felt like I had to deal with that by myself. Like, I couldn't go to God. Like, I had to deal with my problems alone. And for the friendship of Lizelle, by her getting to know her at the first blitz, you know, when we were in Texas canvassing for the first time after, you know, during COVID, it was like, she really helped me to see that through, like, the jokes, through she comforted me so much when I was going through it, you know. And she really helped me to see that just like she was, they comforted me, like God is there to comfort me for my situations, and now I don't have to go through it alone. Just like I didn't have to go through my situations alone when I was canvassing, because Lizelle was right there to encourage me and other people as well. But like I saw a lot from Lizelle. That's a beautiful story. I love talking about Lizelle. Lizelle, one of my favorite people in the world. Before I tell you my vision, though, can I tell you just one more story? Just another story. A story. There's this person, you guys probably know. His name is Nick. I love Nick with a passion. And Nick, man, I met him my first summer, 2019, and I think it was really great. I remember, you know, one thing I learned from him is a lot is to push. I learned to push as hard as I possibly can. Even when I think I'm doing the best, I could do better. Especially, we did this a lot in working out. He got me into working out, lost a lot of weight. But more than that, coming here, and he went to Souls West, and then I came to Souls West. The summer, the year at Souls, the summer after that, when I was with him this past summer, he really helped me to see that I could push and I could give it my best, and I could do it all, but I can't do it by myself, and I can't do it with my own strength. I can't do it in my own strength. I gotta rely on God, and I just have to have faith and ask God to help me with my unbelief. That's the one thing that I every time I think of the quote of, you know, that verse, you know, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief, I think of Nick, because he always tells me that, to be faithful and to pray that prayer, because it doesn't fail. You can't perish, as Ellen White would say. And so that encouraged me to know that, to keep on pushing, to give my best. I love that story of Nick. This story, I know I'll be quick. Story of Dariana. Now, you guys probably know of Dariana. There's a lot of funny jokes that she kind of does, and it's the funniest thing, honestly, sometimes. But more than that, more than before I saw that, I saw a lot of jokes. Really, like, but like people, it's kind of like you don't see the path behind that, like what's behind the jokes, kind of thing. And the more I got to know her, the more she encouraged me to really just see my worth in God. One of the things that we had very similar is the struggles and everything like that. Similar, that we had very similar struggles in some ways, and the one thing I kind of got out of it is literally to put my worth in God. And so that's something that always encouraged me. Like, every time we talk, it's like a great friendship, and it's just a friendship that encourages each other, and I love that. It's very great. I'm almost done. Let me just tell you one more story. Okay, two more stories. Two more stories. Okay. I've I met this person. Her name is Jemima. Oh man, if you guys know Jemima, you know that we're literally twins. I call her my twin because we were very similar. But you know, fun fact is I didn't really like Jemima, and she didn't really like me when we barely met each other, and now we're very great friends, super great friends. One thing that she always did, and always does, is help me to see God as a God that's literally personal, a very personal God. You know, one of the verses she loves to use. Um, I'm not gonna try to quote it, but it's in Isaiah, around the 40th chapter. I always forget which one. I always get confused which one it is. But it says, "Fear not, O Israel." You know, thus says the Lord who created you, O Israel, and He who formed you, O Jacob. Fear not, for I am with you. I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. That verse was used a lot in Chosen, the first episode. If you guys ever seen that, and she always uses it, and I never really heard that verse till she said it a lot, and it helped me to see how personal God is. That He's literally called me by name, you know, and it's very beautiful, and that's why our friendship, always really just kind of, she helps me see that, you know, about more than the laughs and everything like that. She helps me to see that, and so I appreciate that friendship a lot. Last one, I promise you. The story of Manny. Oh, I love Manny with a passion, even though I get on his nerves all the time. It's very, very great. You know, I look up to him a lot. There's things that are similar about us, and he doesn't want to admit it, but that's okay. But I remember one thing that he always he has a big story. During a difficult time of COVID, he was actually the one that, when I didn't know, he actually helped me and, you know, recommended the books that I should read. Which, you know, the Ellen White books, you know, Steps to Christ, all these books, and he encouraged me by his videos that he made during that time to really just see my worth in God, to really just see how I don't have to stay in the shame of, you know, when after you sin, like I could come back to God, you know, and it's such a big thing that people don't realize, and that's I'm so passionate about it because of that, because of my own experience, that I felt like I couldn't come back to God, and he helped me really see that I can. And the more the friendship goes, the more he cares for me personally. I've seen it. And, you know, my biggest testimony is the one, like, literally he came on my testimony again, like the one I just were doing, you know, and he's such a big part of it, and so I really appreciate him for that. Now I'm gonna tell you my vision of heaven. Okay, I just told you. Yeah, I just told you my vision of heaven. The reason why I tell you that is because I know why it says, beautiful statement. It says, the warmth of true friendship that binds heart to heart is a foretaste of the joys of heaven. I believe that God has given me a vision of heaven, has given me a foretaste of the joys of heaven with my friendships. You know, with Lizelle making me feel comforted, helping me to see how God truly is. He will comfort me. How, you know, how Dariana helped me see the worth that I have in God. How Manny helps me see that I could come back to God, that I could I could run to Him just like I will when I get to heaven. How Jemima helps me see the personal loving God, that He will give me my new name when I get to see Him. There's many other people I could have spoken of, and there's many other, like I said, friendships and everything like that, but my appeal to you is that, what are the joys of your heaven? Like, what are the foretaste of joys of heaven that God has given you? Like, what are the friendships that God has given you that you really just know this is a beautiful time? This is what really helps me see that what heaven's going to be like, just a little bit. Take advantage of those people. Don't take them for granted. And if you don't have those type of friendships, seek them, because I promise you God will give you them. And maybe just don't ignore the people who are actually just trying to be a blessing in your life. But just know that God has truly blessed you. I'm grateful for my friends and the thing that God has given me, and that's what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. I love you guys all. The people who I didn't mention as well, I love you guys all, because they've done so much in my life. So thank you so much for watching my vision of heaven. And what is your vision of heaven? How do you have it, or are you not noticing it? Just be grateful for the things that God has for you. You know, a wise man once said, you know, an ungrateful mind, spirit of mind, or an ungrateful state of mind is a wrong state of mind. You know, God's always blessing. So just be grateful. God's with you. He loves you. And so do I. Bye!